Hello, welcome to STEM School. In this video, we are going to go through Canadian computing competition problems. Let's take a look at our problem here, problem J4 favorite times. Okay, so here is the problem description. Wendy has LED clock radio, which is a 12-hour clock displaying times from 1200 to 11:59. Okay, so the hours do not have leading zeros, but minutes may have leading zeros, such as 2:07, 11:03. When looking at her LED clock radio, Wendy likes to spot arithmetic sequence in the digits. For example, the times 12:34 and the 2:46 are some of her favorite times since the digits from an arithmetic sequence. Okay, so here's some explanation of arithmetic sequence. Okay, a sequence of digits is an arithmetic sequence if each digit after the first digit is obtained by adding a constant common difference. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4 is an arithmetic sequence with a common difference of 1, and 2, 4, 6 is an arithmetic sequence with a common difference of 2. Alright, so suppose that we start looking at the clock at noon, that is when it reads 12:00, and watch the clock for some number of minutes. How many instances are there such that the time displayed on the clock has property that the digits form an arithmetic sequence? Alright, so I'm going to stop here. So this is very strange problem, but without the background noise, it's just us to, that will be the starting time, right? And we will have some ending time, and then we need to calculate some, we need to figure out how many available there with some arithmetic sequence, right? So with the mathematical patterns there. So we need to figure out that. Besides, Wendy likes to spot special digits on this clock, so it's quite a strange hobby. But let's take a look at the input specifications. Okay, so we don't really have to go into the story, but we just need to spot the logics in this requirement. Okay, we just need to spot logics in this requirement. So find arithmetic sequence. So input specifications. Okay, the input contains one integer, d. So it's between 0 and a huge number, which represents the duration that the clock is observed. Okay, the output specification. Output the number of times that the clock displays a time where the digits from an arithmetic sequence starting from noon and ending after d minutes. So we got input d, and that will be our ending time after the 12:00. Okay, so possibly including the ending time. So that's what we're gonna calculate. So between 12 and 12 plus d minutes. Okay, so that's clear. So there's the example. So 12:34, right? So that will be one arithmetic sequence in between. So there's the explanations there. Okay, so and there's the sample input 180 minutes. So that would be tricky, right? So the output is 11 because between 12 and 180 is like what, 3 hours, right? So between 12 and 3:00, the following time form arithmetic sequence in their digits with the difference shown. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Difference 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, difference 0, 1, 2, 3, difference 1, so 1, 3, 5, difference 2, 1, 4, 7, difference 3, 1, 5, 9, difference 4, so it's very tricky, right? So 2, 2, 1, 0, difference minus 1, 2, 2, 2, difference 0, difference 1, difference 2, difference 3, right? So a lot of things you need to think of that, so that makes the problem quite difficult. Okay, so again, let me scroll back to the problem. So the story just is, when you go back to the problem and take a look again, you just need to remember that it starts from 12, okay, and ends with the 12 plus d, okay, and we need to find arithmetic sequence in between that. So all the other descriptions didn't really matter in this problem. And now how we can do that? Let's take a look at the answers. Or you can try to do that by yourself first. And then let's take a look. So I've defined two functions. So the first one is to check if that's the arithmetic sequence. Okay, so just try to make things easy. So if length digit is smaller than 2, that's single digit or empty sequence is the arithmetic sequence, right? So that's gonna be true, okay? And then I'm going to calculate the difference between the two digits beside each other, right? So if the two digits beside each other is not does not equal to the got the same difference in between, then it's not arithmetic sequence. Otherwise, it's true. So I'm going to just go through all the digits to calculate. Okay. So that's the logic of check whether the digits is arithmetic sequence. And then we got the second functionality, which is favorite times. Okay, favorite times. So gonna scroll down a little bit. Okay. So let's start from here. So define favorite times, and we got count, right? So how many? That's the output we need to count, right? So and then we got hours and minutes. Okay. Start at 12:00, so that's why we got this hours and minutes with 0, and then simulating the each minute up to d, right? So and hour matters. The final in the problem description, the final minute counts into the consideration. So that's why we need d plus 1, because we need the range to take care of the final minute. Okay, so and then we got the digits. Let's initialize the digits, and here's checking the numbers, right? So if ours is bigger or equal to 10, so we got 10 digits of hours, right? So 1 digit of hours. So we need to get every digit, right? So we got the hours, we got the the 1 digit, the hours on the single digit, and then we got the minute on the 10 digit, and we got minute on that 1 digit, right? So we need to get those numbers. So that's the purpose of this. If ours is less than 10, right? So we don't have 10 digit of hours. That's why the if there. So that's how we got the digits. And then we check the digits from arithmetic sequence, right? So if it's a arithmetic sequence, then the count will just increase, right? So So that's how we got the digits into there, and then check if it's arithmetic sequence, and we add in the count at the beginning there. Okay, so and then we are just going to increase the minutes, so until the end, right? So just going to increase the minutes and calculate that within the loop. Okay, so in the end we just return the count because that's what matters to us. That's what the problem is asking for. Okay, so after that it's easy, right? So we just got the input of D and we got the output. Okay, so that's the whole logic of this. So you can take a look again and think about it, whether you understand this or you may have better solutions to solve that. Great. That's everything for today's lesson. Please click like if you like this video and subscribe my channel. Thank you.